Hello, San Antonio. This is Ken Carter and Brad Burns, your favorite realtor and co-host of All Things. Well, Brad's not here today, and unfortunately, his son's not feeling well today, and he is pulling dad duty, which is the right thing to do, in my opinion. So, our best thoughts are out there for Brad and his family and little Benji. But we are here today with Pierre Anderson. Friend of mine that I met playing golf, which is one of the best things that us older guys can do since we can't do much other stuff other than
so true.
instead of pickleball. But my shoulder gets a little bit more sore doing that. Pierre has just recently opened up a Peach Cobbler Factory over in Alamo Ranch here in San Antonio. But first off, Pierre, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? Where your background?
Sure.
Where you're from? How do you got to San Antonio?
Sure, no problem. My name's Pierre Anderson. My wife Blanche Anderson and I, we are the co-owners and franchise operators of the Peach Cobbler Factory Alamo Ranch. We're located at 5619 West Loop, 1604 North. It's in the Alamo Ranch subdivision section of San Antonio. So what brought me to San Antonio again was I'm a retired naval officer. Okay. So my last duty station was here at Lackland Air Force Base, where I was, in a sense, the commandant for the Navy's Police Academy.
Okay.
So all basic law enforcement officers in the Navy come to San Antonio for training. Sort of like they're sort of like any other municipality, city, or state police academy. We run one at Lackland.
And that's what people don't realize is like we get all branches here. That's one of the reasons why we're Military City, USA. It's like it's not just the Air Force here and the Army base. It's like we get Navy, we got Marines coming in. We get from all branches are coming, even Coast Guard.
Most definitely, every branch of service, just about every three-letter alphabet agency.
We're not talking about them. We're on good terms right now.
They're here, and so we are co-located at Lackland with the Air Force, Security Forces Academy. Although we have different curriculums, we share some of the same buildings and facilities. So I got here in 2007 after leaving Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, where I was one of the officers in charge of one of the detention camps down there.
That's got to be interesting.
Actually, well, it was a learning experience. I mean, really steep curve to learn, and it's all about just humane care and custody of personnel, regardless of what they're accused of doing.
We're all humans. We're just human beings. Where are you originally from?
Originally from a small town called Venice, Illinois, which is just give you a little rough estimate where we're at. We're on the Mississippi River, right across from St. Louis, really close to downtown. But it's on St. Louis, Missouri. I'm on the East St. Louis side.
Okay.
So born there, early years there, raised in Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay.
Joined the Navy out of Memphis, and here I am, my last duty station.
You have some strong opinions about barbecue?
Oh yes, sir. St. Louis style and Memphis style, and I got a little Texas smoke barbecue.
I think there's something about like Kansas City, Missouri. I hate it. I'm just not a fan. It's way too sweet. I don't mind a little bit of sweet barbecue, but that one's way too sweet. And I can't say I was a huge fan of Memphis, but I've only been there one time. I've only had it one time. I didn't have the right one.
You got to go to the right place then. We got some really good places. Rendezvous. One of my staples is Corky's barbecue. In fact, when I was in Cuba, we did a potluck. I think it was Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner. And I flew some Corky's from Memphis, overnight them to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and then jump on another plane, take them to Cuba. So the guys were really receptive at it.
That's crazy. That reminds me of my dad. We would be stationed. He was in the military, and we were stationed in Egypt. And he was able to. Somehow he got green beer shipped in so they could have a St. Patrick's Day party. And for the older guys like us, all I can think of is like Klinger back from the MASH days. It's like wheeling and dealing. It's like
had a buddy that's from San Antonio that was actually my roommate in Guantanamo Bay. He's HEB guy, so his wife like anything HEB, she was like packing a box and sending it to him. And then also the Big Red.
There you go.
I never heard of it until he started drinking it.
Man, Big Red it's deadly. Once you get it, you can't. It's hard to give it up.
Staple, huh?
When I moved here, moved here right after Egypt. First barbecue we went to, there was some Big Red there, and I was like, oh my God, where's this been all my life? But that's part of San Antonio lore and everything. So grew up and then eventually got to San Antonio. You said in 2006 or 7? Okay. And then when you retired now though.
I retired in 2010, February of 2010.
Okay.
Took a few months off, just to decompress a little bit.
That's what you're supposed to do.
So I'm sitting at home one day and I'm watching TV, and Maury Povich comes on. You are not the father. I'm like, man, that's a rerun. I've seen it. I've been home like 6 months. I'm like, I've got to go get a job. I've got to get out here. I've never been a homebody like that. So after retirement, for about 4 years, I started doing some insurance adjuster work. I was an independent adjuster, so I worked with different contractors. I'm saying any names, but different contractors who contract through Allstate, State Farm, Progressive, and a whole bunch of others, right? So I did that about 4 years, and then that was called catastrophe adjusting. So storm or hurricane or earthquake, anything that happened anywhere in the United States, and homeowners need assistance, and the parent company, State Farm, the USAAs, they couldn't handle it all. Yeah. They would call a contract company, and they would hire us or send us out there, and we would help them start. So you're basically
independent contractor out there hustling for the start of the entrepreneur.
Tough work.
Always an entrepreneur, I guess. Even before the military,
I try to dibble and dabble a little bit. I got into sales a little bit. Had some back in the day it was some energy companies out. I forget the name of it now, but telephone, energy, gas. So I'm not I can talk all day, but I'm not a closer. So I can explain the product. I can get your rapport. Yeah. When it's time to sign on the dotted line and get your the direct deposit information, I can't close the deal. So it kind of wasn't for me. So
I get it. I do the same with real estate. I tell people all the time, it's like, I can't twist your arm and make you buy a house, or I can't twist your arm and make you sell your house. It's about the relationships and everything, and going into the restaurant industry. Eventually, like that customer services, that's where it's key. As well.
Yes, I strive on that. My wife and I'm not sure if the people follow our restaurant on Google or any other sites, any other social media. The first thing you should hear from any one of our customers that they walked into a clean place and they got great customer service. My wife and I are going to interact with everybody. Anytime I'm in there, I'm interacting with the customers to make sure they feel at home. That's kind of what the comfort desserts are, make you feel like you're at home.
Yeah. When did you decide to leave everybody else behind and I'm going to do this on my own?
Well, first of all, I'm still working for the Navy. I work for the Navy now.
Okay.
Kind of doing the same thing I was doing before, but I'm actually on the ground teaching and instructing right now. So, as you know, I'm a big golfer, and we golfed a couple of times at our home course. And I have a group that I travel with, and we go a couple of different places a year. Well, this particular time, we went down to Orlando. We go every year to Orlando in the spring break time. Well, last year we go down, and we're golfing for 4 days, and the last day we always take a picture. The guy in front of me has a Peach Cobbler shirt on, and I'm behind him taking the picture. He's in my foursome the whole time, and didn't notice it. But when we take the picture, I said, hey, man, I've seen that logo somewhere, not remembering right offhand that another friend of mine, naval officer, retired in Katy, Texas. Okay. He opens a store in Katy. So I got to talking to my buddy in Memphis about it. I said, hey, this might be something I can do to kind of get an extra stream of income, because I'm really getting to a point where I'm thinking about retirement, not just retire from the Navy, but retire and not doing anything, retire, right? So I just think I need one more stream of income, and then at the same time I need to position my family in a way that they all have generational wealth. Mm-hmm. And I think this may be the avenue for me. This is a great concept. Peach Cobbler Factory. Shout out to the other franchisees and also the corporate people. But this is a great comfort dessert that brings a smile to people's faces every time they eat any dessert. We got so many choices you can go to, and all of them constantly remind you of home. But back to the story, we talk a little bit about the Peach Cobbler Factory and just the finances, how to get involved. What does it take to run, operate it. So I was like, let me get home first and then talk to my wife and kids. And if there's something we want to do as a family, I'll call you on it, and we do a little conference call. So we did that on the next day. That's a great first step. You got to talk to the family, because everybody's got to be bought in. It can't be just you. I always liken it to NFL training camp. You've seen the series All In?
Yeah.
So either we're all in or we're not going to do it because I don't want to leave somebody behind. I don't want any ill feelings, if this thing blows up and it takes off really fast, and then one person in the family didn't agree to it, they want to do it, and then they jump in on the back end of it. It's kind of people.
It's got to be everybody all the time, yeah.
So it's definitely a family venture. You'll feel that vibe when you come in our restaurant. I have like a 5-tier approach to it. So I tell each one of my employees, first of all, we gotta have a great location, Alamo Ranch. I lived there for 16 years before I moved to Castroville last year. So I know the area. I know a lot of people in the area.
It's still growing.
My kids went to school there, so a great location. When you walk into my place, it's gonna be clean. Yeah. It's gonna be in order, right? So it's gonna be inviting. Next is great customer service, and then a great product that looks like the photos on the picture that you see on my screens, and it's gonna be consistently like that. And then lastly, I foster a team environment. Family team environment, and most of my employees I look for key things in their resumes or their applications and in the interview process. Things like, were they ever part of a team? Because I've been a part of a team my entire life.
Talk about
from
that all the
5
time.
years old all the way up to military.
So important.
So I think when you have that teamwork ethic, work ethic, you tend to strive, you tend to be successful, and that's what I'm looking for. So if I'm successful as a business owner, wages go up.
Yeah.
Bonuses happen.
Absolutely.
And they have to buy into that. If they don't buy into it, they're not a great fit for my company.
100%. And everybody has the right fit within that company because there's like 15 different, 20, 30 different jobs, and everyone just like an engine. Everything has to be pumping at the same time to have that consistent great product every single time.
I'm so fortunate to be in business with my family, my wife and I, and then my daughter's the daytime manager, my son is the nighttime manager. So the trust factor in when I leave the store, I leave the restaurant, I don't have to worry about is someone taking something or someone not doing something right, because they're my family, my wife and kids already we got an expectation that we already upholding that family in our household. We're gonna carry it over to the business as well.
That's awesome. I talk about that a lot. Somewhere I think we lost that in America, where it was like you turn 18, hit the road and everything, and it's like historically it's like you build up an estate or something with your family, and then that estate gets moved on and passed on, and it's not something that you do and everybody's doing something separately. It's something that the family is working on. And I mean, it's not a fit for every family. I'm not going to be a nurse like my daughter, but
well, I'm in the grand scheme of things, I'm kind of late to the party doing that. I should have, my entire career, I should have been doing this here, setting them up. I had so many opportunities to do things, buy some real estate, and every house I ever bought, I sold when I transferred. I could have. The older Pierre says, "Hey, just rent those out and keep them," but the younger guy, I just want the money, the fast money.
You weren't the military didn't educate you, and that same thing. As my dad was in the same situation, and we moved and sold and things like that, and I always say that we are exactly where we're supposed to be. We can't. The past is the past. It's like we can't mourn what has happened.
Oh, for sure.
But you wouldn't be doing this if you hadn't done all of that as well. So you have to go through those things. And for myself too, I mean, we're doing a lot of stuff later in life. I mean, I'm starting a podcast at age 51. Let's go, younger generation.
My first podcast as well, so don't deem me crying. Don't deem me on the nerves.
No, you're doing great. I love the family atmosphere. It really kind of what I feel like takes us back to where we all should be and everything like that. So it's going to be fun to watch y'all grow, because I know y'all just opened. But let me ask you. So I've opened up a restaurant, and I know that we've talked about this before.
I've heard the stories.
I like to give a little bit of shade to the cities and stuff like that. Like, it wasn't the smoothest process.
Yeah,
like it's what was the biggest frustrations that you had when going through this? Because people don't realize it's like every single business that's out there experiences similar things to this, right?
Didn't realize that.
And we give small business owners such a hard time, and it's the amount of struggle that they go through for a lot of times pennies at the beginning. Mm-hmm. It really is, because you're trying to set up a foundation for the future, like you said. So you forego today for tomorrow, and there's a lot of very little appreciation all the time and everything. And even when it's a franchise like Peach Cobbler Factory, like we give a lot of props to like local restaurants, stuff like that. But to me, this is a local business. I mean, it's local family that can impact their community and really help San Antonians.
Sure. So the most complicated portion of this process for us is probably, and I don't want to echo a past guest. Shout out to PB&J with Mr. Jeremiah. I felt your pain.
Jeremiah.
I felt your pain when I heard your podcast. So we go from having a space that was a tanning salon to gutting the whole thing and then trying to turn it into a restaurant. Plumbing, talking about drainage, water, electric. And so I used a architect that's recommended by the franchise, which was great. I mean, the plans were okay, but since they were in Florida, the nuances of San Antonio and what the permitting office here wants, that's where a little bit of a disconnect. I don't want to put anybody down, but a little bit of a disconnect, and that disconnect cost me like probably 4 months extra of construction. And when you start making change orders, you start adding stuff, start changing plans. It costs money. It costs me money. So I was talking to a few other restaurant owners. I'm like, okay, I understand now that it wasn't just me. They wasn't just picking on Pierre. So, and I wanted to definitely say that and I told the grand opening crowd this as well, that no matter how much the human side of Pierre wants to make sure that this opening goes off with a hitch or it happens by a certain day, it's not up to me.
Yeah.
It's always up to God, right? So everything happens in God's time. And so maybe like 2.5 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks now, had my pastor, Living Faith Community Church, Pastor Kevin Love, come by and say a prayer with my family and I, and just trying to make sure that we kind of reference back to our spiritual side. And when I did that, I kind of let go of the pressures of me running downtown, talking to the permitting office, jumping from desk to desk, trying to figure out what's next, what I got to do next, and then bugging my contractor, which CSW Power Solutions. They were great, bugging the owners every single day. Let's do this, let's do that. So when I I had the pastor pray over the place, and we found, my wife and I found out that was the missing piece to everything, right? So once we let go and put it in God, saying like, hey, God, you know when the best time to open this place up. You're gonna line things up in order to make it happen on the day that you choose, not a day of our choosing. Mm-hmm. And I gotta tell you, Ken, like maybe 3 days later, boom, 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 boom.
It's crazy.
And then we're open, like, oh, we're open. So, funny story about that. I go down to the permit officer one last time to try to make sure everything's good. I don't believe it, so I want to go down there and see the screen myself. So I talked to the lady, I forget her name now, and she tells me that everything's good. She says, you got your certificate? I don't say you're approved, everything's good. I mean, I literally sat there and a tear formed in my eye. It was that much of a struggle. I was like, wow. I didn't realize that I could get, like it's been too long. I mean, not too long, it's been a long time, right? So I didn't realize I was going to get kind of emotional about it. I was like, I got to sit here for a sec. Let me get myself together. And I think something's in the air or something, there's some lint in my eye. But the people down there were a great help to me, even though I was bugging them a lot, but they were a great help for me.
That's awesome. So you've been open for how long now?
We opened up on Saturday, the 24th, so this past Saturday.
So it's almost a week.
5 days, I think 5 or 6 days now.
How has that been?
Wow, we have had so many people come through. The Alamo Ranch community and San Antonio as a whole has really shown us a lot of love. The first day, I think we had probably over 1,200 people come through our doors. That's
wow.
All ages, over 1,200 people.
That's a
never
lot.
In my mind I could imagine it was going to be that big of a turnout.
Were you prepared?
Oh yes, we got everything. We had everything, got everything out. But on Sunday, excuse me, on Sunday, so the Peach Cobbler Factory runs out of Peach Cobbler.
Oh my
main
goodness.
ingredients. I never thought we was going to have that many people.
That's crazy.
And then next we run the apple. Then we run the milkshakes. I'm like, all right, we're gonna just sell until we can't sell anymore. Then if I gotta shut it down, I'll shut it down. But if they want it, we're gonna give it to them.
That's awesome. It's crazy to have that kind of response to and everything from the community where you like literally like run you out of stuff and everything. And Peach Cobbler, it's got you got to. I mean, we have Fredericksburg right down the road, so it's like we are at Peach.
Every beginning of summer I'm down there.
Yeah. But
June, July.
But Peach Cobbler Factory is not from where is it's from Atlanta.
So originally it was in Nashville, Tennessee, as a food truck.
Okay.
Our
Wow.
CEO.
Man, from a food truck to this.
It's crazy. That's 2003 food truck.
Wow.
CEO liked it so much. He ended up working to do a lot with the owners and buying into it. And then 3 years ago, they started franchising it. So I mean, like in 3 years, I'm at 99th store in 3 years. So
oh, wow.
We are the second fastest growing small dessert business in the nation.
Well, let's see why y'all are growing so fast. You've brought some great desserts, and I apologize, Brad, that you're not going to get to partake in this.
I'll leave him a gift card so they can come out and see me.
But we are definitely going to let Eric and I'm sorry, you're Mark. I apologize, Mark. We've got a guest producer with us today, and we're going to let them try. So, we're going to end with the Peach Cobbler, right?
That's our namesake. We can do that.
So where do you think we should start?
Let's go with the chocolate chocolate cherry cordial brownie there.
That's this one, and that's the one I was telling you earlier. I see that cherry on there. I get excited because coming home, like when I was a kid, we'd go to the commissary on base with our HEB, and they would, if we went with my mom, we'd always get the Hostess cherry pie.
I picked that because of that story. Picked that dessert first because it's the story. So we have a brownie, really soft brownie, chocolate chip brownie. Has whipped topping with the drizzle with chocolate and also some cherry filling on top of it.
Awesome. Let's see. Here we go.
Price wise, our desserts range from anywhere from $6.99 to $7.99.
Oh my God.
Soft. It should be moist.
You should probably mute my mic.
I want to hear all the smacking. I want to hear your lips smack and give me your honest opinion. I mean, good, bad, or indifferent. I think we got a great product. Like it? I wish the cameraman could turn the camera on. I got like 2 smiles back there from the cameraman staff back here.
The richness of it and then the sweetness of the cherry at the same time. Oh, yeah. That's like the perfect. It's the perfect combination right there.
We do like 6 different flavors of that. Please go check our website out, peachcobblerfactory.com.
Wow, I like that one. That was a good one. Eric, good. All right.
So my next one is going to be the Oreo Crunch Cookie. I'm a huge fan of Oreos, by the way. The chocolate ones, the vanilla, the lemon. I can eat them all.
Let's see here. All right.
So it's a sugar cookie topped with buttercream and Oreos. I'm making a mess. That's the only way to do it. You got to make a mess with it. Like it?
Buttery.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Good.
More thumbs up.
Thumbs up back there. So I got thumbs up back there. Head nods, thumbs up.
No, really, like that is such a buttery cookie.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I love a good rich.
Again, I mean, shout out to the franchise for picking the right vendors to provide the ingredients. For the dessert.
Absolutely. It always starts with quality ingredients.
Oh yes sir. Quality ingredients.
As soon as you start with that, and I've been looking forward to this one too.
That's probably one of my favorites right there. What you have in front of you right there, Ken, is a peanut butter praline cinnamon roll.
Peanut butter praline.
Yeah. We got so many choices. I mean, we have so many.
It's funny that
excuse me.
I haven't seen the menu, but without seeing it, you probably picked the 5 that I would want to try. Right.
I was trying to get a little variety of everything, but I at least had to get my 2 favorites in, and.
Which one are your 2 favorites?
It's gonna be the
Peach Cobbler.
Peach Cobbler, the OG banana pudding.
Those are your 2?
2 favorites. 2. That's the 2 most sold items anyway, too.
Yeah. You don't put bourbon in your banana pudding, do you?
We have a bourbon pecan pudding.
Do you?
Yes, sir. Soft. Should be soft. Should be moist.
Good praline.
The topping shouldn't overpower. It should be just enough to, to get some texture when you're chewing on it.
I like that. So how many, so this is your most popular one,
Yes,
second most popular one.
Yes, sir.
How many of these have you gone through in 5 days?
Just guessing. I have to look at the. Well, I guess I have to look at the receipts on my phone. But man, probably Peach Cobbler on grand opening day. When I prepare a pan, it's probably like a 8x12 pan, maybe 9x13 pan. On grand opening day, I went through 65 of them.
Wow.
They're just peach, not including blackberry, cherry, strawberry, apple. It was a madhouse. I mean, oh man, I loved every minute of it, but it was a madhouse.
That's the fun part is when you after all that work and everything, and then you get to start interacting with everybody.
Big time.
You want to become that family place where like, okay, let's go get dessert. And there's really a void, I feel like, in San Antonio of good places just to go to get something dessert. You used to have like Marie Callender's back in the day.
Yeah. I
and
love it.
Even like La Madeleine a little bit. Like you could get some stuff but you don't there's not really a dessert place anymore except for now that y'all are open, which is awesome.
So we've developed some relationship with people in the neighborhood, of course, like I said before. And also we got some brand new customers, man. They're in there. We've been open since Saturday, but before that, we were open for like maybe 4 or 5 days for a soft opening, just give my staff some practice.
Absolutely.
And
that's key.
From Wednesday the 13th, when we opened for soft opening, to last night, I've got customers that's been in there like 4 or 5 times. Like literally, like, they walk in, hey, I know your face. I'll get your name next time, but I know your face. They're like, I've been here like 4 times.
That's awesome.
I can't underestimate the. I got a little cold.
No,
Can't underestimate the response from the community.
that's awesome. Let's try this.
Sure. Let's go with the banana pudding. That's our OG original banana pudding. Should be rich. Should be creamy. Should have cookies throughout.
That ratio is perfect. You get little chunks and everything. That's a little soft already and things.
So we have 12 different types of banana puddings.
You're gonna get the other.
Get that last cookie. Go ahead and get that last cookie.
That's good banana pudding. Look at that. We got a double. See, this is why you're. And we're getting another cookie.
So we have 12 different types of banana pudding.
That's why it's the second favorite. We got both of them went in for second bites like that.
So the original, the OG banana, we call it the OG. That's one of my favorites. But you can also, a little twist, we have a New York cheesecake banana pudding as well. So I'm not sure if you, I'm not going to plug any other company, but Bluebell Ice Cream has that the seasonal. Right now it's called the Oreo cheesecake ice cream.
Okay.
So with this here, I do the banana pudding, Oreo cookies, and the New York cheesecake pieces in there.
Crazy.
Oh man, there's so many. Like your senses are going, your taste buds are going crazy. You can do strawberry cheesecake, add some strawberries. You can do New York cheesecake, add strawberry, make you a strawberry cheesecake. Oreo, Nutella. What's crazy is I've been pushing really hard the peanut butter and jelly banana pudding. It sounds weird.
Hey,
everybody say it.
It's the Elvis Presley. It's the Elvis Presley sandwich. And what he had, like peanut butter, jelly, and bananas on it. That sounds perfect. I mean, PB&J with Taste got a whole company based on that.
Time. So I mean, like I let customers just try it. I know it sounds weird, just try it, and then they get a little taste. It's like a light bulb. Like, man, this works.
That's always the best.
I'll take that. Change my order. Let me get that.
All right, let's go.
All right, here we go. Namesake.
Here we go.
Namesake. This is our peach cobbler.
I love peach cobbler.
You should have soft, sweet peaches. It should be crust throughout. Everyone loves the crust.
That's the only reason.
It may not be warm anymore, but if you get it right in-house, it's going to be warm. We can top it with some ice cream, some vanilla ice cream, which is a young lady last night said that's the only way to have it, with the ice cream on top. But if you're traveling and you're going to take it home with you, we can definitely do ice cream on the side so it won't melt and be too gooey for you.
It's still warm. That's good.
Oh, okay, that was
The
sweet.
bottom of it's nice.
Yeah. we just took it out of the oven. So
That's like a big hug right there.
Yeah. You like it? Good.
That was legit. Everything. Wow. So that was great. So what? Wrap everything up and everything. Give your final pitch. Tell everybody what Peach Cobbler Factory means to you and your family, and them coming and supporting you. And let us know where you're at. Where's your Instagram and all that stuff and everything.
Sure. So we are located at Peach Cobbler Factory, Alamo Ranch. We're located on 5619 West Loop 1604 North, Alamo Ranch subdivision of San Antonio. My wife Blanche, my son Pierre Jr., and my daughter Brianna.
So come in and say their names. Say hi, hey Blanche, Pierre, Brianna. Just walk right in.
Yeah, come in and wave. You shouldn't have to wave because someone's going to greet you.
You're going to be treated like family.
When you open that door, you step 1 foot on the property. Someone should be greeting you.
Good Southern hospitality like we do back in.
Yes, sir.
I'm from Texarkana. We're not that far from Memphis. I was born in Blytheville, Arkansas.
Okay, I played some ball.
Right across the border.
In Blytheville.
We were right across there. At Cooper's Air Force, now it's gone. Blythe Air Force Base. Anyways, that's not about me. It's about you.
So definitely come in to see us. Just another plug. We also have not me, but the franchise do have another location here.
Absolutely.
In San Antonio.
Over the Stone Oak, right?
Stone Oak area, right off of 1604. And excuse me if I can't remember the address, but it's 1604 at the intersection of 281, 1604, right near the Costco's. The same treatment you get here at my place, you should get there as well.
That's key.
So definitely, if you're in the part of town you want to make that drive to Alamo Ranch, please go check my fellow franchisee out.
Absolutely, awesome.
So we have, like I said, my wife and kids and I. We own and operate the restaurant. We are bent on customer service. When you come in there, if something goes wrong, we're going to make it right before you leave.
Awesome.
It's easier for me to do that by letting you leave and going to our social media pages and blasting on social media. I'd rather try to make it right then. Speaking of social media, we are on Facebook. It's Peach Cobbler Factory Alamo Ranch. We're on IG or Instagram. Like I used to say IG, my kids say that. I say the whole word, Instagram. On Instagram, we are.
Are we only supposed to say IG?
Yeah,
Mark saying
okay,
yeah.
Rewind that, cut that, let me get it back. So IG, it's all one word, Peach Cobbler Factory _ Alamo Ranch, one word. We're working on TikTok right now. We got a few posts up there, but it's nothing significant right now, but just give me a little bit to work it out. We also do a lot of different marketing. We do, of course, word of mouth, which is the best. So I'm hoping that you guys try these desserts today and you like it and you pass the word to everybody.
Absolutely.
Here. Families, church members, co-workers, if you work somewhere else, please pass the word. Do some, like I call it my police days, foot patrol. We hit the parking lots of Alamo Ranch, passing out flyers, passing out cars on cars. I'm dragging people off the street. Hey, we're open now.
Hey, and that's how you know you're going to make it, because with that kind of hustle, you can't.
Big time.
I really appreciate you jumping in here and coming on and everything. Everybody, come out Alamo Ranch to the Peach Cobbler Factory and see Pierre and Blanche and the family and everything. Like and follow us. Hit the subscribe button, and we appreciate you.
I'm liking follow you already. We talked about it. We talked about your podcast, but it didn't really click until you sent me the video of PB&J, and I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna have to click through a couple episodes.
We're not bad.
Actually, I told your staff, I was like, man, I'm kind of nervous. Y'all be easy on me, Even though I teach for a living, I talk to people, but I was a little jittery coming in here.
You just be genuine. That's all we ask.
I try to be.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.